So over the last 4 years, I've gotten so many questions about foster care and what it's like to adopt through the foster care system. And today I'm going to answer some of those questions, but more so specifically about Joshua and I, because y'all have so many questions about him and me, and do I want to foster again, and what are some of the disability things that he deals with. So today I'm addressing 3 of those questions. Stay tuned because I do offer some good insight on some things here. Oh, and at the end I get really real because one of these questions kind of pissed me off. Let's go. Alrighty here. So let's get into question number one. This question is from Little Whip 010. Little Whip, let me tell you what, you are always in the comments. Thank you. You always have the bell icon on. Thank you. And I believe you're subscribed. So a triple thank you. All right, let's get going. So your question is, will you consider adopting any other babies and give Joshua a sibling? My God, this literally could not be better timing. No, I have not brought on any other children into my home just yet. We've sort of talked about this in the past a little bit, but I haven't really ever gotten into the nitty-gritty of it. Do I want a sibling for Joshua? Yes, absolutely, without a single doubt. However, there's some really interesting terms that I have around it. I don't want to do it with surrogacy. I don't want to do anything that has to do with my biology at all. And here is the reason why for that. I'm a person of color, if you haven't noticed, and Joshua is white, if you haven't noticed. I never want to make Joshua feel anything othered at all. So if I have a sibling for Joshua, there's only 2 ways I'm going about this. One, this child I get from the foster care system, and that way Joshua doesn't feel like, well, I was from foster care, but you adopted this other child through private adoption, and then there's ever a sense of Joshua feeling othered. And that child has to be a child who is not Black, like doesn't look like me. That child has to be. But let me stop right here, because I know there are gonna be some people that says, oh, he doesn't want a Black child, he doesn't want a Black child. Back up, okay? I gotta reiterate this right now. I don't care about race and things like that. The only reason, let me break this down real slow before we continue going on. The only reason I'm saying I don't want to foster a Black child is because I am Black. I have dark skin. I want to make sure that Joshua never feels like he is othered or he doesn't fit in. So if someone has to feel othered or someone has to feel like they don't fit in, I'd rather it be me. So whatever child I end up fostering again in the future, I don't want them to have the same skin color as I do. I want them to be either the same skin color as Joshua or something different than myself. And quite frankly, I think it would be fantastic to adopt not even another white child, like a child who is Latino or Asian or something different, because what an amazing thing to have this super blended family. But if I bring in a child that looks more like me skin color, I don't want Joshua to ever feel like he doesn't fit in. So if someone's got to not feel like they fit in, it's going to be me. And guess what? I'm an adult. I can handle it. Let's get back to our regularly scheduled program. Either Asian or Native American or white or any other, Latino, anything other than a Black child. Because I never want Joshua to feel, again, othered. I always want to make sure that he never feels that he has to question, should he be in this family of ours? So it's very important to me that if I decide that I want to have another child, which I want another child so bad, that child is not a child that is Black or even, maybe light-skinned Black or anything like that. They need to be a different race than I am. And keep in mind, my race is largely Syrian, But, you know, we do have Haitian background in us. My mom and my dad were both born and in their early life raised in Haiti. So I think up until my mom was like 3 years old and then came to America. So I have always identified as Black, but that was because we didn't realize or find out that we were Haitian until my brother did one of those biology tests when I was like in my early 30s. So to recap, yes, Kevin does want a sibling for Joshua. He's really good at playing by himself, and I think he's gonna have a wonderful imagination as he grows older. But when he's at daycare or childcare, I see how much he lights up and how much he loves playing with the kids. Or when we go to the zoo and my friend Joe is there with us and he brings his 1-year-old child, Joshua just loves it. He loves kids. So it's really important for me that I provide that environment for Joshua where he has a sibling to have fun with, to grow up with. You know, I'm gonna be 39 years old in 2 months. Like, before I know it, I ain't gonna be like as functional as I think. Like, think about it. By the time I'm 50, Joshua's gonna be like, what, 10 or 11 years old? It's unbelievable. So he does need a sibling. I do want a sibling for him, but it's gotta be at a time that's right, and it's gotta be the right child that fits into our family the way that I think it's important for that child to fit into our family. That's the first caveat that I have for having a sibling for Joshua. But there's a second caveat, and that is Joshua needs to be fully mobile. I mean, like fully mobile. So Joshua's gonna be 2.5 in 1.5 months, and he is just learning to walk. He's just at the point where he's able to get up, but by the time he gets like maybe 6 to 10 steps, the boy's on the ground because he has a condition, which I'll get into another time, where he struggles to keep the strength in his left side of his body. So what happens is the left leg kind of drags a little bit, and because of the weakness of that side of the body, he falls a lot. I constantly have to watch him, and all day long, he's falling. The other day, he fell into something and got a little bruise on his cheek, and sometimes he falls, and now that he weighs more, it's hurting him to fall, and he always catches himself. There was one time where he literally fell and face planted on the ground. And it is sad because he does hurt himself. And there's always that cry with the child where he's upset. And then there's a cry with the child where he's really, really hurt. Another thing is Joshua needs to be able to he needs to be in the motion of using a fork and a spoon, because y'all, I don't know how I did it in the past with 2 babies. If you watch my, through my journey and experience, and I'll put that up in the cards up here. You could click that playlist and watch everything. There was, I believe, a total of 5 times when I had 2 infants. I mean, like one time I had a 2-month-old and a 4-day-old. I don't know what I was thinking. There was a time I had 2 6-month-old. Some way I managed to do it. And I think that was because I wanted to adopt so bad, and I was honestly literally just like upping my odds. But now that I've adopted, and now that Joshua is a toddler and he is literally all over the place, I couldn't do it right now. He's really self-sufficient right now, but I needed to be even more before I could ever bring in a child into our home. The good thing is infants are, they sleep all day long. So once he gets a little bit, goes on a little bit, I think things will change. There's also one more thing that's really important for me to remember to say to you guys. There is no way, without a doubt, it'll just never happen that I would pass this up if I got a call for Joshua where he has a sibling, like a biological sibling. 100% I will take that child, because I will not let it be that he has all these siblings out in the system and we don't know them. And I can't trust that another family will keep Joshua and that sibling in each other's lives. Because look, everyone has a life. Everyone goes about their life in different ways. So no matter what, if there was a sibling, I definitely would take that child. That's it. Let's go to the next one. Okay, our third and final question. Let's go. But first, it's really sunny out, so I have to put my sunglasses on because I just can't take that sun. All right, third and final question. This one is from BellaFan94. She asks, have you kept in contact with any of the children that have left your home? Short answer, no. No, I haven't. Why? Because some of the parents are jerks. Some of the parents just don't want to. And I respect that. So actually, I take that back. There's one parent who is so sweet and so loving, who I have stayed in touch with, and that is baby L. Or no, baby J. There was so many. And baby J was a really sweet kid. I only had him for a couple days. And the mother, still till this day, she does reach out to me. Like, for example, I believe she watches this channel or she follows me on Instagram or something like that. But when I adopted Joshua, she sent me a text message congratulating me. We had met where I used to live once, and she's just a really sweet lady, and I'm grateful that she got all her children back. And she sends me pictures of him, and he's such a cutie. He's so cute, and he's thriving. And every photo I see, he looks happy. And I'm really, really, really grateful. I don't need to see him. Like, it would be cool if I could see him, but to see this little boy who I held when he was just this tiny little thing, and now he's a kid, is really, really awesome. But it's really nice that she keeps me in the loop and updated, because you just want to know. You want to know how these kids are doing after you've taken care of them. Unfortunately, none of the other parents have afforded me that respect. And I say respect because if it wasn't for me or another foster parent that was a good foster parent like myself, their kids would be in a much different situation. And I know that it's not something that these people really want to remember, but I'm sorry. You should at least say or give a little update every now and then. I'm talking about maybe like once or twice a year. Give a little update about what the heck. I wish y'all would have told me the door was closing on me. Give a little update about how the children are doing, and I don't know, just something. But like, as you can see, this entire topic just kind of gets to me because it's just frustrating sometimes that they don't keep in touch. And I wish I could speak to some of them. And I will say, baby R, I have reached out to his mom more than once, and she just ignores me. And I don't even care if you're watching this. I think it's really rude because I supported you that entire time. I motivated you that entire time. And I get that you might not want to be back in that space, but just have some appreciation, because I was the one that spent 3 days a week, hours and hours and hours with you, motivating you, supporting you, showing you how to be a parent to baby R. And till this day, you just ignore me. And I think it's actually really horrible. So yeah, this topic just kind of gets to me, but that's the reality of foster care. And I kind of feel like if people don't like it, well then you don't like it, but it's the truth, because not all of this is glamorous. None of this is glamorous. It's not glamorous for kids to be taken from their homes. It's not glamorous for people like myself to be treated horribly by DCFS. But what I can say is what is beautiful and loving, or is the children? All right, so there you have it. 3 very, very good questions from y'all listeners and viewers. If you have any questions that you want to know about my process and about the kids or about Joshua or about myself, please do me a favor, put those questions in the comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon. These things truly, truly, truly do help our channels, YouTube channels, with the algorithm and YouTube in general, as well as partnerships and things like that. So I hope I was able to like offer a little bit of insight into this entire process and who I am, who Joshua is. And I know some of these questions were not the most fun to answer, but that's the reality of foster care and fostering to adopt. So thank you guys. Thank you to thank you to everyone. All right. I'm out of here. Comment below. Let me know what you guys think and more questions. Bye. Peace out.